Okay, here's a quick breakdown of the dwell valve. Dwell valve will come apart as such. Spring comes off of that, spring pops off of that. These three components, don't need those right now because the parts I want to show you are all within this, and the adjustment of the adjustment screw versus the piston, and 2.5 millimeter. I find it easier to use a screwdriver as such. Take an Allen wrench, put it through that hole, and then start unscrewing that. And this is the screw you want to check for tightness. This one, if it gets loose, the piston it'll be floating. It'll be moving in and out. So as it's floating, it's changing your dwell. So you could get crazy shot strings, and a little bit of movement can mean a very ugly shot string. So pull this off, that goes to the side, then I just push and pull the screw out. I'll show you something about that in a second. And then inside here, there's like 3 washers. There's 1, 2, 3 washers, and these go inside this little cavity here. That cavity there is well, that's pretty tight. Get my Allen wrench back. As you screw that, you can see it starting to recess. That's what's pulling everything in and out. I like putting this together for the first time, just putting it all the way so that the washers don't get up. Keeps everything in line there. Okay. And on this screw, you'll see there's an O-ring on it. And this screw is 16 millimeters long. If you have the shorter one, which I believe is 12, and it has Loctite on it, you need to source yourself this longer screw. Ace Hardware had the ones that I have in stainless. I use stainless. RTI is using just the just the plated steel, but I got stainless steel. I forgot the dimensions, but if you've got, take the one you have, just go and make sure that it is longer. I think this one is, let me break this loose, is 12. Yes, it is 12. So you want to go from a 12 to a 16. Then you need, and if you have the 12 and not the 16, you need to source the screw and a 2.5 by 1.5 O-ring, which is the same one RTI uses for the 177 pellet pusher. And you'll need 1 or 2 of those, so get 2, because you'll have to figure that out as you go back together. There's some variances in the machining. So this particular valve uses 1 O-ring. You can see the 1 O-ring on there. So to go back together, you put your O-ring on there, put the screw right back through, put your washers back on. Sorry, I don't have fingernails and big fat stubby fingers. Sliding these off the edge of the table. So all 3 of them, all nice and tidy. And screw that in. All right. And take your Allen wrench. I use a 3 millimeter. And again, a 2.5 screwdriver. And then I do this pretty tight because I don't want it backing out, because that's what happens. That'll back out, and then this gets real sloppy, but this one came out really good. You can tell that you have an O-ring because you can kind of bend this a little bit and it'll spring back in. But one thing you want to make sure is you can turn this, and you can see the adjuster doesn't turn. See how my adjuster's not turning? So this part's not turning. So that's telling, you know, and that's nice and tight, and that's the way it should be. But like I say, you can bend it a little bit, and you can feel it bend, because that's the O-ring on the head giving you a little bit of play. But that plays perfect play. Now this is cinched into place, and this isn't moving because there's slop. So if that screw gets loose, the piston can move around and cause severe inconsistencies. So, and then so basically this is all back together except for putting all my other pieces on, putting the spring on all the way up, putting that on, and then I kind of give this a little wiggle to make sure that it gets up on top, and then that goes back in the gun. And then before you shoot it, back this out a bunch so you don't accidentally lodge a projectile in the barrel because you didn't have enough air to get it out all the way. So I like I've said in my other videos, I like to start with this open and then bring it into my point to where I want to be. That way it'll keep you from lodging stuff inside the barrel. But there you go, that's the 12 valve.